Brand new CD them. This is the Cutting Edge and I FM. They are with you on next Wednesday. Me I tell you, the month, them are going quick, you know. The place I get hot. Me don't understand how I don't know if you feel how the place get hot. From the other day, I mean, and the rain still a fall, you know. But the place just get hot. People soon start get ignorant and miserable more. I come like Jamaican people now. Miserable is the hard after the day. Anyway, it's so miserable that we see some things are going on in the news here that it's so terrible that, I mean, one man, we see that the news where one man impregnate him, 2 daughters of them, one 12-year-old. I mean, 2 women, 2 young girls in the house, and them impregnate the 2 of them, Rasta. Terrible man that. The wickedest one though, the wickedest one, believe you me don't know. This uncat man, them call it buggery, but well, I don't know, buggery sound like a decent word, but him put the little youth, I mean, this is like a 3-year-old youth. You don't know what people see that the news, but it's like a 3-year-old youth, man, hold him down upon the concrete. That the police woman, the head of what's her name again? Anyway, she say, the way the man hold on the youth upon the concrete, the asphalt print out upon the youth. 3-year-old, you know. No other man like that. No, where you do with a man like that? Believe you me. Where you do with a man like that? 3-year-old Rasta? Sometimes me I'll figure out, say, maybe you need some of them law when all the Arab state, them like Saudi Arabia and all them place there, where you just castrate all a man, you know, like, I mean, do it all the wickedest way. All the man, you know, you just make you think some evil things, believe you me. Because you think some evil things we do that one day, you know. Who them look at you upon the ground as a 3-year-old buggery? It's a serious thing. I mean, when I talk about buggery and young girls who get pregnant, and we find say a whole heap of that go on, really. Whole heap of young children sexually. Since me I come here, I see it on the news where, well, that's a regular thing still, because from me I go to school that happen, really. We say teachers are a court students. Me know 2 teachers will get married to them student. Yes, and it was not like no big thing, like how me hear it go yes or no, but it look like them teachers do it different now, because them have all cell phone now, where them seen all some weird picture and talk, some dirty talk, and little girl them laugh and giggle and ray and all them something there. Sex text, what them call it, sex text. Nobody are easy, you know, Rasta. Believe you me, and some starving man them, you know. Some real starving man them, but a regular thing that where teacher fall in love with student fall in love with teacher. The only things that, you know, my idea, the teacher get married to the student. Me don't know about now. But me know teacher will get married to them student. Believe you me. Nowadays, it look like it different. A little girl, them so happy. Especially if all a teacher, well-known, prominent, start talk to them. It's like a show-off thing. And you know, the man, him not really want nobody know still, you know. But you see a little girl now, and you don't know the implication of busting it out. She tell her little friend them and show them the text them and all them something there. Say, look what teacher this send me. And she say, what? See all him have all picture with him naked and all. Well, this telephone and computer thing are rough, you know. Computer are rough to hearted, believe you me. I watch a movie that day where a man delete everything out time computer, you know. Him delete the information out time computer, and the only way you can implicate him is to get the information out of the computer. And the people them just go to a hacker and ask them something about how them can retrieve the message. Them said, sure, I don't know nothing that. Him just go so bam, 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 and just get certain code, doof, 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 and just find back the message. The one them think them delete, it never really delete. And me realize, even on my computer, you know me delete something and them see come up and say, like, trash or whatsoever. So, when you think you delete it out of the inbox, it really in somewhere else. And then when you go in somewhere else and delete it there, so if a man know how to do computer, him just go in your computer and go so bam, 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 and things where you delete long time, him just come up back with it. It's a serious thing. That's why I hope a man get caught now with this computer thing where him feels a certain thing, like even all of them guys, you know, the scammer guys, them in a one rat that way, you know. But I see a house on TV a while ago that me I say, wait, them no easy. You know how long me I look on the house and I say, wow, but the house look weird, it look almost precarious in a city, in a which part they are Avondale. Yeah, me I look on the house and I say, oh, the house look so, in the middle of Avondale so, it looks so. You know, look like the normal house them, but them little youth here, me don't know, them little youth are no sense, Rasta. Because, me don't know if it's a colored thing. You know, people have things with them never have before, so anytime them start have it now, them just flaunt it. Like if you're not used to certain things in your life and now you get abundance of it, you just flaunt it. And we are reading the news, say, the youth, them don't have man to go be here. Like some little 18-year-old and 20-year-old. None of them know over 30. The amount of money with them I make like $120,000 US a week. That's almost $10 million a week. Anyway, the youth them seem to be so stupid that me don't know why a man have money and him house. It's like it's you know. Rex Edelford did ever say them say a booty in a Benz is still a booty, you know, and really and truly. When you look at the man them house, you know, Rasta, it's the most concrete, that's the first thing. Them have some furniture in their house where, I mean, me don't know which part they go buy them furniture there. Gold strips with them furniture of gold strips and them toilet bowl of gold, this and that. I mean, and them car have the most expensive X6. Now, the police, them a report say, these youth, I mean, I don't know much people hear this, you know, but it's in the news. So it's public, it's then at the news. The youth, them, I wash them car with champagne. I don't know if you did hear that. Yes, you have some youth I wash them car with champagne. And them have a contest. And this is the weirdest one. Who can burn the most money? And it's not Jamaican money them are burn to, it's US dollar. So apparently them have this game where two of them come together and start burn money. And a man could all burn all 100,000 US dollar. And the next man burn 90,000 US dollar. So the one who burned the less have to give back the man there. Him 100,000 US dollar plus something on it. So if you the more you burn, the more you get back. No, what kind of madness that? What kind of madness? How a man find himself with them like a fast money there, and I guess easy come, easy go still. I saw them always say easy come, easy go, but me could have never say it's a mindset though, it's really a mindset. Why a man that have a game for burn money? For see who can burn the most money. What kind of mindset that do that? Is a weird mindset that? It's a weird mindset. The bad them a fear rush and try hide them things. Them a try put. You know, it's a weird thing, you know, because some of them man they have millions of dollars, you know, and them can't put it in a for them name. So them put it in a somebody else's name. But the problem with it, you know, is that if you have one of them there as a friend, you know, if you have one of them scammer there as a friend, and him give you all $10 million for putting in an account for him, can you imagine you have $10 million in your account and you can't touch it? You can't touch it, because if you touch it, everybody ask you, where money there? I used to say, boy, you ask me to buy all a car, you know, if they shoot you, I get somebody to kill you. But as some little youth, we just know about computer and just, some of them I say, boy, it's payback for slavery. Well, only for things are going on in the news, right? The youth them say, boy, right, a long time white people are thief with us, so I tell we just do something now, and one of the way to get back some of the things, reparation. And some of them I see it as that too. Some of them I see it as reparation. Them I say, a reparation money we are take back, you know, see it. So it no matter. Them no see it as none. For nobody not dead and all. I mean, still people are dead, you know, but them not really know. You know, see, because the same thing, you know, if a man say him forget certain portion and him not get film portion, him go find a man to kill you. So them go in a house in a Kingston, a house where me I look on all the while, and I say, boy, the house they well look away conspicuous in the center right there. So I'm fine over almost million Jamaican dollar and hundreds of thousands of US dollar and flat screen TV. So the police them a walk out with catch flat screen TV them and how much gold, cash gold, this and that. And, but I don't know the man. I say, boy, right now, him did their foreign for 20 odd years and, you know, him just come home 2 years now and all of them things there are where him buy for him, they are foreign. You understand? Some of them now, with them do, it shift the money and them care into relatives' name. But the problem with it is that when them do that, it's them you cannot think. Because if police come now, you have to go prove, oh, this family member have a X6 and a market himself. Himself don't a market. Or him have a X6. Or him have a BMW X6. Or him have a Honda 2012 Honda. And a Kane himself. You know, say Kane can't get that in a 2012 years old. No way. So right away, you know, him get slapped. Some of them now go car sales place to put it up for sale. The policeman them dip on it. All of a sudden it just, the police them just flush it out. So like, the other day I hear about scamming and I hear say, quite a little some man get healed. No, it's like every day you hear somebody, some American help them a get, man. Or some American thing. Because the American that come down upon them and I say, watch you know, our citizens who not scam, you know. Yes, most of the people them will send them $100,000 and $50,000 come to Jamaica. Our American people, so now if we do something fast, you know, we're going to just take some action against, you know. So it's like it just it depends on a pace. Every day you hear somebody get old and little youth them just bummy, don't know what to do now. Because them not have no far eye, them not have no far sightedness for no say, why, you know. You lick a thing and you just done that. Simple. You just go in night and you say, why? Right, you ask me just lick a man $200,000 and you just say, all right. $200,000 at 20-year-old. Me no want the nothing else. Me no want the nothing else. When we multiply 200 by 20,000, by 200,000 by 8 point something, at $20 million that, me no want do nothing else. Me never want to see a next computer in front of me. But why? Greed. This is the thing when name greed, man. Trust me. You have a thing on TV named Deal or No Deal on the games channel there. Trust me, man. It shows you the mind of the human being when it reaches a certain level, it come out to money, you know. Even though it's a gamble, you have all a man look on all the board and him see the $1 million there, you know. And him go like him have some, him have X-ray vision like Superman. I tell him, boy, right now, the $1 million in a film suitcase. Him don't know the $1 million, but him sure to the $1 million when him look on the board. And the man say, all right, him a give him $400,000 for left the $1 million. He must say, no, him nah go. And both open the next case, you see the $1 million in there. him gone way down the bottom of the line from the take the 400,000. I mean, the panel game now, they reach 100,000, but take it to God. He could have deal. From the brother look at me and say, deal or no deal. I mean, look at the board and I say, every time I look on that money, you know, me I multiply it by the Jamaican currency. So when me see like 200,000, me I multiply it by 8.5. Me I say, wow, almost $20 million that. Much as it reach 400,000. You believe a man could have given me 400,000, me see $1 million on the board, which is a guest thing. And me go on like say me have some Superman who have X-ray vision, can look through the metal case, we say, me have the $1 million rider, so me I keep going. No, sir. 400,000 multiplied by 8.5, man. Gone, me gone. Could have deal. From him say deal, I've never waited till him say deal at all. If you just press that button right away. Deal, give me 400,000 and make me go home. But it's so greed gone. It's greed, you know. The human psyche have a certain way where, you know, it's like, more time I talk about it, it's like people have bet every day per ass. And he bet $1,000 today, him lose. He bet $1,000 Friday, him lose. He bet $1,000 Saturday, him lose. $3,000 that, you know. He bet $1,000 Sunday, him lose. $4,000 that. Next week, him bet $1,000 and him win $2,000. Him say, whoa, him catch jackpot. But guess what? A $4,000 him spend, forget the $2,000. So him think him win. And now them youth are now in a serious position. Them millions of dollars, man a watch car with champagne. Man a burn money. Man a buy, them say them go to a youth place, man. Him less than, him a what, 20 a day old. The man about 3 high-end car in him yard, park up. Bloodbaths. No. Jamaica, not easy, you know. Not easy, though, but we also have to come out of that. Pan next slide, you know. This man where he in a prison in New England. Apparently, him did him over, like them, put him in a prison like him supposed to spend a certain time, and when them check it, him did gone over the time, him supposed to release, and them never release him. So him was sue the court. Him was sue the state. Anyway, him win. And them deport him, you know, them deport him back at Jamaica. Them win, you know, and get so much him win, and get £1. Yeah, for unlawful, wrongful arrest. Him win the case, wrongful arrest against the state. And him award was £1. The court award him £1. £1, not £100, you know, £1 for wrongful arrest. Wow, that is something else. I guess it make him stay up there longer. Then now, this is in the headline again. I mean, a whole heap of things in the headline where breastfeeding, this woman on the front of them times there with her son stand up on a chair and like a 4-year-old suck her mother breast. People find it disgusting. People find it say, what, this and that. I mean, I look on the Jamaica when they talk about them, I interview some Jamaican. I mean, some people say, oh, breastfeed picnic for stop breastfeed for y'all 1-year-old. Watch a man. The breast is best. Believe you me. Me no see nothing wrong. And not nothing wrong with it neither. Something is better the youth suck the breast than you go give him something out there where I go poison him eventually. The thing with Jamaican, well, not Jamaican woman alone, but the thing with a whole heap of these modern day woman now is that them no want them breasts look like hang down. Them breasts hang down. That's why them wean the baby from months. No one give the baby no breast milk. So a whole heap of Jamaican picnic, young baby, get weaned when them in the months rather than in them years. And them see it outrageous for a breastfeed a picnic all 2-3 year old. Yeah, whole heap of Jamaican woman now start to like you look down upon it. If a little baby at 3 years old and I get breastfeed. Which is that it's supposed to happen that way there. Nobody now have to tell me that. The breast is best. It creates a vibe between the mother and the child. Yes. So, we don't know where the alabaloo for. Where the alabaloo should have been is now that Obama bring back the gear issue from the top of the list now. I know, so anytime it leak America, everybody start to laba about it again when say gays should have the same federal things with the federal government access. Them should have access to the benefits that the government offer. So it's a political thing now where I say, why, you know, so me look through it. From there I look through it. This is him I say him look through it and him did I say it's a civil, him did accept civil union, but after him talk to him wife and him daughters, him I realize say, boy, I read now truly people should have access, the same rights, and the gays them is no different in terms of things that them should get, like health care and whatsoever that the government offer these people. So the gay thing upon the board again, and as we say the gay thing upon the board, it's been man really I'm supposed to go tour Europe, it's been man I beg the gay them say, boy, do nobody have treat me no way funny because me say some things where me the 20-year-old and when me the young me say it, me I beg you no treat me bad. And they said reach. They will see this woman get, this Jamaican woman who, where the newspaper there, by the way? I should have really read it, you know. You know, so I take up the newspaper, read it, because it's really a strange thing, because there is now a discrimination going on against people who, where they would have called straight. In other words, if you're in a situation where you do certain things that is outside of gayism, the gay them now turn it by you now and say you're homophobic. So you have to really leave or you have to go get discriminated against. I hear a woman on the TV last night say, it's so funny that she said that. She said, this is a woman who really, is very into gay rights. She said, you soon find, say, the gay thing so big that people go and go say them straight and people just in her. I said, wait, him really straight? Him come out of the closet? Straight first. I mean, come out of the closet and say I'm straight. Kind of go look weird if you're a heterosexual. Because the way the thing I go now is that it depends with terrible. Yes, everywhere you turn now, all on television, everywhere, all in the school, them in Jamaica. I mean, the youth them in Jamaica now, in a certain high school, you know. It's a normal thing, you know. Them not see it no weird, funny, or strange. Them have them girlfriend in a school, all up at the university, you know. Me sit down up at name the one day, I see a girl around and this girl that. I mean, I say, wait, this is where I go on. And the brother, some little daughter say, left them, yeah, a girlfriend and boyfriend. As simple as you take it. It's like it just dead there. It just dead there right up in front of you now. You can't do nothing about it. Can you imagine that? You can't do nothing about it. Up in front of you now. You can't do nothing about it. Can you imagine that? You can't do nothing about it. No care much bonfire and sing song. Right now. You can't do nothing about it. Especially like you say all America now, I embrace certain little things. I say all the Republican them I say, no, we don't have that, you know. We don't have that, you know. are Christian and little things. I say all the Republican them I say, no, we don't have that, you know. We don't have that, you know. We are Christian. You know, see it. Yet still within Christianity, you know, it's another level again. Because instead of them are gay, I will put them are pedophiles. I deal with the little boy them. I finger up the little boy them. Why me I tell you, the thing I get up weird. The thing I get away, you know, you have to just look at it, you know, because you can tell you something now. You see, if you can't change something, just nobody get heart attack over it. If you can't change it, not get no heart attack over it. Because the thing get away. The thing get away. Believe you me. The thing get away. Because if you reach a stage now where you feel like beg, a group of people said, do not discriminate against me. But when me used to do. Long time. Now me evolve and me know mature now and you know me know says certain things. You have to show how narrow the society is. Yeah, we live in a little society so where we feel that the world revolves around we. And we don't know say you have people, even the idea of beauty is different in many different places. You go a certain place and you see some people do some things and you say, them just run out some bone through all them nose and because all them ears stretch out. Them lip, them put disc in Ethiopia. In Ethiopia you have some woman where...
Oh, very understood.
You're on the radio now. You're on the radio
yes.
now.
Exactly. I'm just getting it. Yes.
No, you don't listen to the radio now. Don't listen to the radio because you're going to get confused if you listen to the radio.
Yes, okay, good.
Okay.
I just wanted to let y'all know about the show that we're having next week, the Youth Fair on the 23rd, Labor Day. And, it's going to be a fundraiser for the Academy of the Arts in St. Mary. And it's going to be at Racecourse at Rockabessa, at sunrise at Papa Kervin's and Diane's house.
That's it?
Well, we're going to have a lot of activities there. Well, it starts at 12 noon till 12 midnight.
You was listening to the program a while ago? You was listening to what we was saying a while ago? No.
Yes. For some of it, yes.
What part of it you hear? Tell me.
Well, the last part I didn't listen to, no. Just a while ago, like the last.
All right, we was talking about the children.
Yes.
I was talking about the sickness that confront young people today that they never have years ago. And one of the things that I was talking about is this plastic bottle thing. This plastic bottle thing, they just make a announcement that Jamaicans use 1 million plastic bottles per week. 1 million plastic bottles per week. So I was trying to instill in the people them that look here. It's a very important thing that we kind of tell the youth them right now how to deal with what we call separation of recycled things.
Yes.
You know, and why I've said that now is that I am wondering if this event that you're keeping include part of that education for the environment.
Yes, it does. We as Grow Youth Universal, we visit different schools all the time in St. Mary, all over Jamaica, but especially in St. Mary. Mm-hmm. And we do arts projects with the children and cultural education as well, African-centered cultural education, and also environmental education, because that's something I have noticed coming up to Jamaica in Germany. So,
your phone is acting up.
Oh, as beautiful. Oh, I don't know if I can get a better pickup somewhere. But beautiful as the country is, I see so much littering over the city. The excessive use of plastic bags and such. So that's definitely something that includes our of course.
All right, it's not working. It's not working out, sister. You have to go get an next phone and call back.
Okay, 1 second.
All right, Whoa, they can't come help me as well. Yes. Look now, come on, Panis. You not hear me? Wait, are you? A long time I not see you now. No, now come on, man, the radio. I will go on this one. You hear me, operator? Tell me, come tell me if you hear me. Look, a long time I not see you too. You just come back? You there for holiday here? A long time I don't see you though. All right, mama. Glad to see you. All right. Me don't know what's happened with the phone there a while ago neither, so me don't know. All right. Whoa. All right. Last week till this week, people still ask me about this tape when I play. Silent Power by Stuart Wilde, STUARTWILDE. So, for those of you who want it, I so run them off, you know, believe you me. Things now work properly for run it off, but I'm going to make it run off to just satisfy the needs of the listener them. But tonight we want to play a reasoning, not even just a reasoning with two of my brethren them. We play it already still, but we want to play it again. So, what time it is now? 11:30. Yeah, we want to play this reasoning here with me and my brethren. Not me and my brethren, my two brethren them. A reason about Rastafari. Just like that. You know, usually I always for one, but we want to tell you about this. The 25th of May is celebrated as Liberation Day. That's the day when the OAU farm, Kwame Nkrumah Haile Selassie, set up this OAU. Now it's called the AU, African Union. And every 25th we have a Naya Bingi. And you know, earthquake I call this Naya Bingi in a Roseberry district, Malvern, St. Elizabeth. The man has spent most of time I build tabernacle. Every time earthquake call, we tabernacle them for it. Well, earthquake, I hope the tabernacle don't build now because the 25th of next week, you're supposed to get it ready in time for this bingy. So, we want to tell the ones them that the Naya bingy will be in Malvern, Roseberry district, May the 25th. African Liberation Day. So, why to know that is taking place? And earthquake, all right, because earthquake, I say, big up my daughter. May the 17th is our birthday, which is tomorrow. Isla, Pusey, and Blacks keep the duty going on. And see him I get out of hand now, my top will big up now. Anyway, daughter, Isla, Pusey. Tomorrow is our Earth Day. So, why you know that is taking place? The Naya Bingi, Malvern, Roseberry. For those of you who don't know where Malvern there, I don't know if you can drive. You can't, well, me know it from Monroe. You got Monroe there beside Hampton College, Hampton School. This is the Cutting Edge on IRFM. We're there with you. I just say we want to play this interview. That's not interview. This reasoning between my brethren, Ayayuda and Tony Moses. I want to know if don't bring my computer come here. If you have two CD players so we can hold the mass, well maybe it can't even hold it neither. The amount of music where we have on the hard drive. But it's looking quite high tech. Looking very, very high tech. So we're there with your cutting edge style. Oh, see there? The high tech thing, I confuse me. Why? I see it. New things. Confusing. Every one of them play have to stop. Hey. A serious thing I go on inside there. It's like it have a after playing it effect I go on there, so Yeah. That's not good. You go play it through now, then you go. I don't know where I'm going in now. You know, so I'm going to stick to my thing. All right. There are some things in here where me not really know what is happening here, so make I stick to my thing. All right. Cutting Edge. RFM. We're there with you. We want to play this reasoning here, so. And then we'll go outside, go try to rectify this thing here. Okay.
No, you run through that like, real quick. But would I like expound on a few of these things, For instance, the whole thing about God as an idea. The whole thing about God as a word in itself. The whole thing about understanding what this idea of God is all about. Its concept, its use and its misuse. How would 40 days and 40 nights clarify any of this, or will it be possible for this clarification to be forthcoming from classes?
Well, the idea of God comes out of a yearning within humanity to overstand, rather, the mysteries of their existence. Also, the word G-A-W-D, which the word G-O-D derives from, it was an ancient Phoenician deity, and was also used in place of the holiest of names for the Hebrew gods, because the Hebrew had used many other names than the tetragrammaton that represented the name of Yahweh. Through many different translations, even the word Yahweh have become Jehovah, but even the word Jehovah is not the correct word to identify the deity. However, the word God is one aspect of it. However, the need for man or humanity to look to a higher source, a higher power, has always been there. And out of the vacuum comes the curiosity that this God, this God, all-powerful, immeasurable spirit, manifests itself in the flesh as form, hence the idea that humanity is divine. So also the theology of Christianity confirms this in terms of the monophysite nature of the theology, that the nature of humanity is divine. So it has been an idea basically because humanity has failed to really live out the fullness of the aspirations of the deity, all the virtues attributed to the deity, all the principles and the qualities that we must try to nurture in ourselves to actually become that which is the ideal externally. We must now claim within ourselves. It's not a new idea. That's what Yahushua HaMashiach taught. Christianity doesn't necessarily teach what Christ taught, per se. Christ taught enlightenment, self-empowerment. Christianity teach disempowerment. You won't become enlightened just so in Christianity if you were to adhere to the dogmas and the theories that is so active in the psyche of the Christian or the religious person who automatically becomes a fanatic.
Tell me something with understanding Christianity and where we are today with Christianity. In what way did Christianity dilute or pollute this whole idea of what God or the Godhead is? How do you see that?
Well, the pollution came in when religion, the idea of these Nazarenes or these Essenes, when it became a state-run religion, it became economically based. So when Rome took over Christianity, it changed the feeling and the teachings of what is supposed to be. So there are many teachings that were suppressed. The true teachings of Yahushua, who they call Jesus Christ, is not really in the Bible per se. Some of the teachings are in the Bible, but the vast majority of the teachings are not found in what we consider to be the canon. However, what is found in the canon, from the teachings in the canon, you can tell that he is an enlightened being. He representing the light. His teachings were to empower you. He had expressed, greater works than I do, ye shall do, but only through him in that way. One of the ways that the Bible expresses the Immaculate Conception, and the Immaculate Conception represents the virgin birth. We do not necessarily see that the virgin birth, as it is expressed in the Bible, represents a sexless birth. According to the Essene scriptures, which predates the New Testament, the Essene scriptures express that Joseph was his biological father, that the fatherhood of God was given unto Joseph and the motherhood of God was given unto Mary. When we're expressing this, we're saying, if you do not see that the Immaculate Conception comes out of a virgin birth, meaning your virgin nature, virgin representing your virtues, and this is a nature that you lose when you're exposed to pollution. Pollution comes in many different forms. Prenatally, you can corrupt or you can pollute the womb, the fetus, and you can, when a child is born, a child can be born in an environment that continues to pollute what is it that is pure of their essence. It comes in many different forms. Ultimately, the greatest pollution is the idea of white supremacy manifesting a God figure by which indigenous people and spirituality becomes a dwindling manifestation or reality.
All right. That's a very solid point right there. And why I want to inject something right here, it has something to do with the individual himself, that person. Now, let's look at a man or a woman that never had the opportunity to read and write. He cannot read and write, cannot read the canons, cannot read the laws, and cannot read a book to see what was written by some other great guy. Can this person be also an enlightened person?
Well, history expressed that many civilizations, and all civilizations, are created out of enlightenment. If enlightenment is not the source of your civilization, then it couldn't be considered civilized. We wouldn't want to be looking at enlightenment or salvation from a Western mind, because we're knowing that indigenous cultures and spiritualities, let's take the Native Americans or the American natives in this part of what we call North America or South America. The civilizations that we observe from the artifacts and from the remains of great buildings and such, it expresses great enlightenment. It is not that easy to build a pyramid. Christianity didn't exist when the pyramids were being built. The orders and the laws laid down in Kemet and in Aztec civilizations weren't necessarily laws that came out of Christian principles, but the principle is universal and transcendental. Therefore, man or humanity in their limited spheres within them contain this unlimited nature, this transcendental spirit or energy rather, whereas anyone can surf the information highway.
Yeah, because look, if I'm man, if I'm human, I'm born on this planet, Earth, there must be something about me, this human being coming here. There have to be a power that brought this human being here, a desire, a will. And that's a kind of energy to me that is outside of the flesh. And once you enter into the flesh, now you're going to start talking about, these things that you attribute and these things that you gain unto yourself, education, so on, learning to read, learning to write, learning to spell according to where you are, your environment. But I'm saying that this energy, the truth about what you are going to learn is all inside of that person. That person came packed with that. And I'm saying that that person standing up on the earth is a living Bible, is a living testament of the great will to be. And this empowers this gives the right to that individual to stand alongside any other individual on this planet and exercise his true will. To me, I see that as godly, as Christianity, as the harmony. I don't know how that spell out in the great mysteries of the great writers and so on and so forth, or the big historians. But how do you see this, this little humble soul, and how does he fit in this ball we call the earth?
Well, that is the beauty of humanity. Humanity is made up of this unlimited energy, as we just expressed, the transcendental energy that goes beyond the boundaries that we set for ourselves, and even the boundaries that we are born into the flesh. Now, the fact that the energy is boundless per se, in one sense, for it to be utilized is like electricity. Electricity, in order for you to utilize it, it has to be grounded. And in grounding the electricity, you're able to utilize it. It's the same thing with this unlimited force within us, this electricity that transcends boundaries. It must be grounded in the limitations of the flesh in order to utilize the energy in the way we need to. So, as you express, there is something of humanity that is unlimited. But there is the limitations as well. That is the human nature. It is human to be limited, but it is also divine to be limited as well. So within the principles of Christ manifest in form, he's also subject to the principles that govern humanity in its limitations. Therefore, he was tempted. The temptation was not external, it was internal. And if he was tempted by the devil, within him, that element existed within him. But he triumphed over it. So therefore, the flesh, the limitations now, was purified through the transcendental energy, this electromagnetic force field that is within and around us. So it's not that you can't do anything because you're limited and because the power of God is so unlimited. There is no separation between humanity and the divine.
Right. You see, the real point I'm trying to get at, you see, Abba, is this. In formalizing this whole thing that we call Christianity, a lot of the nature, a lot of the realness and the simpleness of us being ourselves and holding on to ourselves has been lost. And what I'm trying to find out is, if it's so simple and it's so easy, we are born into the earth to live and enjoy the fullness of the earth, to be ourselves, to get to know ourselves better, to continue our tradition through the universe. If that being the case, you see, what is it that came about that created this? Right now, I know a lot of Rasta man, and I say Rasta, who don't even want to look into a Bible because of the way the Bible was put down on them. They don't want to hear anything about Christianity because of what Christianity has put on them as physical oppression and suppression. Where about and how did this ever come into our lives?
Okay. True Christianity have always existed. And there is true Christianity, and then there is a false form of Christianity, as we expressed when Rome took over this way and decided that it was going to be an energy that either they curtail it by using it to their empowerment and to the disempowerment of the people, or allow the people then to break out and declare this Christ and then overthrow whatever government that existed within their framework. The greatest lie that has been told is that you're not divine and that you need to worship an external form of deity, and that this deity can be in the form of the oppressor and still represent your salvation. For certain people in this planet Earth, psychologies are created, psyches are created, and are grafted in through many different forms of conditioning. And the conditionings ultimately take you away from your essence. Most religions do that. Christianity does not teach you to become Christ. Yes, as one would express, I'm not Christ, I am a Christian. It means you're a follower of Christ. But Christ didn't want any followers. Yahushua didn't want followers. He wanted to multiply himself in that manifestation where everyone would then claim their throne and glory. But you couldn't do that in ignorance. Therefore, education is necessary. And for this to be the reality, it means that there has been a falling away from the essence, from the nature of our union with the divine. And this is not by accident. Actually, this was crafted to be so. The idea of Jesus Christ never existed as a person. There's no historical Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, that's English. We're not talking about an Englishman.
Right.
Yeah? You wouldn't want to translate the person's name. Say, for example, Tony Moses is Tony Moses. I should write the biography of Tony Moses and say I write it in Japanese. Why would Tony Moses become something else?
You couldn't.
Why would you translate a person's name into some other language? The original language, Aramaic or Hebrew, Semitic languages, of which Amharic, the Ethiopian language, is derived. You couldn't translate the Hebrew pronunciation of the deity, Yahweh, that they say Yahweh, or Yahushua, to any other name for it to have the power. Jesus, son of Zeus, Greek deity, used in place of Yahushua in order to allude to something else. When the scriptures, the Hellenization of the scriptures from Hebrew to Greek and then from Greek to Latin, throughout all of that Latin now to English, we have lost a lot of the full essence of the teachings. However, there, within the pages of what we consider the Holy Bible, are still many mysteries revealed, and one can still grasp much clear understanding from it, but there are bits and pieces missing, to which when you find those pieces, it's as if you have found yourself closer to yourself. For example, I hold in my hand the Gospel of the Holy 12, which is also known as the Essene New Testament. It is the New Testament, but an older version than the version of the New Testament in the King James. For example, it expresses, "And it came to pass one day, as Yahushua had finished his discourse in a place near Tibias, where there are 7 wells, a certain young man brought live rabbits and pigeons, that he might have to eat with his disciples. And Yahushua looked on the young man with love, and said to him, Thou hast a good heart, and Yahweh shall give thee light. But knowest thou not that Yahweh in the beginning gave to humanity the fruits of the earth for food, and did not make him lower than the ape, or the ox, or the horse, or the sheep, that he should kill and eat the flesh and blood of his fellow creatures. You're not going to find that in the Holy Bible.
I want to tell you something. You see, you touch a note there, and I'm going to tell you something. I was reading in the next book where the same Yahweh go direct to it. And when I read that, Rasta, I'm telling you, I saw something so much different. Because this cat was telling us right now, the earth is your mother.
Exactly. And he says that in
your
the
flesh,
scriptures.
Your own flesh come from her. Your blood come from her. The breath that you take is the breath of the air, is the breath of the earth.
Yes.
All your bones and everything come from the minerals and things in the earth. The earth is your mother. And you are of the earth, you are the earth, and the earth is of you, and is you.
Well, that is from the same scriptures.
The Bible don't say that, though.
No, the Bible won't tell you that, because the Bible is founded upon patriarchal insecurities to suppress and the energies of the feminine divine. So in the Bible is basically Paulianity. Christianity is founded upon Paul, who most of the New Testament is Paul's expression, his own personal opinion for a particular time period, which is no longer relevant to our time today in many respects.
Hold that thought.
Very well.
Just for a moment. You know, not very often or very rarely do the Reggae Express or reggae DJs around the area get the opportunity to go into the foundation of what the music is all about. And I know some people probably are listening right now and probably would like to hear some boom boom tupu tupu tum tum tupu 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 tum tupu tupu. You see, you're gonna get that. But right here, right now, we want to just relax for a minute. We might say things that might set you off in a different way from how we're seeing it. It's all good. We all need to be set off sometimes so we can find where we're at and gravitate there. So I find this very enlightening to myself. I'm picking up a lot of information here. And I hope that you are too, wherever you are. Because we have found ourselves in the year 2003. You know, not very often or very rarely do the Reggae Express or reggae DJs around the area get the opportunity to go into the foundation of what the music is all about. And I know some people probably are listening right now and probably would like to hear some boom boom tupu tupu tum tum tupu 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 tum tupu tupu. You see, you're gonna get that. But right here, right now, we want to just relax for a minute. We might say things that might set you off in a different way from how we're seeing it. It's all good. We all need to be set off sometimes so we can find where we're at and gravitate there. So I find this very enlightening to myself. I'm picking up a lot of information here. And I hope that you are too, wherever you are. Because we have found ourselves in the year 2003, cornered and cornered by Christianity, so to speak. Cornered by politicians and economics and all of that. And we, many times, 9 times out of 10, tend to forget that we are natural human beings in a natural earth, natural environment, and these things are conducive to our continuation in this planet. We're trying to open up our own eyes in this time to realize how delicate this is and how much of a part we play within the whole universe and where we find ourselves in this time. How about you, Dan?
Yes, we had expressed earlier that the Immaculate Conception was not without the energy of the male. Joseph was the father of Yahushua physically. He was a part of the Essene community, as was Miriam, his wife, was a part of the Essene community. And their son, they were both Nazarites, which means that they wore dreadlocks in a sacred covenant to Yahweh. I would love to read some more from the Gospel of the Holy 12, and just to show the differences between the Bible as we know it, what we accept to be the New Testament, which most of it is really Paulianity, Paul's philosophy. And we just love to read a part of it that says, The Holy Spirit shall come upon Joseph thy spouse, and the power of the highest shall overshadow thee, O Miriam. Therefore also the holy thing which shall be born of thee shall be called the Christ of God. And his name on earth shall be called Yahushua Maria. For he shall save the people from their sins, whosoever shall repent and obey his law. Therefore ye shall eat no flesh, nor drink strong drink, for the child shall be consecrated unto God from the mother's womb. And neither flesh nor strong drink shall he take, nor shall razor touch his head. And it goes into saying, and in the same day the angel Gabriel appeared unto Joseph in a dream, and said unto him, Hail Joseph, thou that art highly favored, for the fatherhood of God is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst men, and blessed be the fruit of thy loins. Joseph is therefore the father of Yahushua, who they say Miriam did not have sex in order to bring forth this child. You see, the Immaculate Conception for the Essene was what they consider today in other language such as Sanskrit as tantric sex. Out of that tantric sex came forth the multiplication of consciousness. To lose your virginity really means to lose or to fall away from your purity. Your purity really, in this sense, is your essence, which is your innocence. Once you become exposed to the tree of knowledge of good and evil, you automatically become corrupted, because you can't know good outside of evil. Now, knowing good and evil, the scriptures express the man has become like one of us to know good and evil, to be as God. Yes? Therefore, in the consciousness of that, the pollution of you being exposed to a world that is filled with so much beauty and yet so much pollution, you automatically know that you're losing your virginity every time you turn on the television set, or anytime you eat certain food, or anytime you think certain thoughts, or anytime you're bombarding your consciousness with certain influences. You're actually losing your virginity. It's just a matter of time before sex becomes then another part of that, losing your purity or your innocence.
Well, you know, Dr. Ben, I read something.
No, when I just said that sex become a part of that, I mean sex in unconsciousness, in the pollution, but sex in the consciousness, according to the alignment of the divine, maintaining an environment that preserves the purity of every child born, as Yahushua was born into an environment that nurtured a certain consciousness in him from birth. And so he was not one that had lost his virginity or his virtue as a human being subject to the law of nature. You see?
Yeah, follow you, clear on that. But there's one point I wanted to bring out with Dr. Ben. Because in Dr. Ben research, I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Yes, we are familiar with Dr. Ben.
All right. Dr. Ben, he brought it out in his research that there were actually two types of virgin, or two understanding of what virgin means.
At least two.
At least two.
Yes.
Yeah. And the two that he dealt with was a young woman who has never had a child before, but she could still be cohabiting with a man and a male. She could still have a male partner, but she just never did have a child before. And this is going to be her first child. That's one type of virgin. But the type of virgin that we were taught about is the one is a woman that actually get penetrated for the first time by a male organ.
Yes.
That, and we in the West tend to just think of that alone as being virgin, and so the misunderstanding.
Yeah, well, most people had lost their virginity before they had sex.
Well, that's true. Yeah, I mean,
you see, because your virginity is your virtue. It's the essence of your being. I mean, you can lose that before having sex. Sex is just another byproduct of the corruption in that sense, in the unconscious conditioning. But to really maintain and preserve your essence, your virtue, if you as an individual person have maintained a certain consciousness, been born out of a certain consciousness that has preserved your essence, and you live to be an adult, and you meet another person, say, in the same consciousness, in the same space, as two adults coming together, there's no way you can tell me that that consciousness can produce the losing of your virtue. Because sex is the highest manifestation of our union. Out of the divine union of male and female comes the creation of gods.
Of course.
And goddesses. But I don't like to say goddesses, because goddesses is an afterthought for the mind. God has to be male and female for it to be God. Therefore, there is no need for goddess in that sense. But if God idea is without the feminine, then it is not God. It doesn't qualify for it to be God.
Work.
God is the all-encompassing fullness, which for us represents the mother giving birth unto the glory of humanity. You see? So the denial of the male counterpart in the Immaculate Conception, it really creates a havoc on the psyche of the Christian, because here it is now. Look at the hypocrisy.
Madness.
Look at the hypocrisy. A woman was able to, God couldn't find a man worthy, but he found one, a woman. God, this male God, found a woman, and through the Spirit, she manifested child. She has never been penetrated by a man. It's kind of freaky. Now, the fact that this happened, this freak of nature child is born, a male. Okay? Now, just the birth alone disconnect you and me from him being able to identify with us, because the things he's about to be able to do now, I can't do, because I didn't have that freaky birth. You see? And no way you can judge me for that, because you were born different from me. You had a different birth. You see? And your birth denies you the reality of human suffering. It denies you the reality of human consciousness governed by the nature of humanity. Now, if that is so that Christ couldn't experience this, if he experienced the human nature, he was born from sex. But if he couldn't experience the human nature, he couldn't represent salvation for humanity, because there's a disconnection there.
Of course.
Now, the fact that Christianity accepts this Immaculate Conception, that there was a sexless birth, one woman was found worthy, and the woman must have been the wife of God. She must have been the wife of God. And this woman being the wife of God, the son that was born from her womb is worshipped as God, but she is denied the same veneration. And where the veneration express itself in different intervals throughout Christian history, it has been suppressed, and it has been outlawed in many respects as idolatry and duality. So polytheism would then be what Christianity would be considered if the mother was venerated. But if the father and the son is one, and there's no differentiation, well, I'm sure that the mother and the son is more one.
Yeah.
And if you can't find the real manifestation of God, then it would have to then start from the mother, because the mother was before the son. And even though the son expressed before Abraham was, I am, the power of the presence to give him that authority to speak within that power came through the womb of the woman, the mother. Now, if you deny the mother the power of her own divinity as the mother of God, then you couldn't be a healthy person evolving in your spirituality. It would be impossible.
You know, Allah, listen to this. Natural woman. See? This natural woman. No, it's like she give birth to a youth. Man or woman. A big part of creation. Continuing the humanity. Just like the seed-bearing trees that carry seeds of their own kind and make sure that those trees stay in the earth. This woman, she too is natural woman that keeps the humanity in the mix of life. Well, I had a little inspiration through that. That says, woman, through you, my garden manifest, and there beautiful flowers grow, radiating in their cosmic glow. Woman, natural woman, through you I am that I am. I am blessed, no contest. I am blessed. Woman, natural woman, only your return can heal this wounded soul. Return now.
Yes. Unless one is born again, he shall not enter the kingdom of Zion. Shall I return to the womb of my mother to be born again? Well, yes. You must return to the womb of your mother. It is not possible that humanity could be born from the womb. M-A-L-E must also have the womb within him. There is no, if you don't return to the womb within you, you can't become a father, because fatherhood comes out of motherhood. The reason why you're a father is because you've become in touch with the mother inside of you, and out of the example of the mother outside of you, then you can now evolve into the space of saying the father. But the father is not before the mother. The mother is before the father, and is out of matriarchy. For example, you know that Judeo-Christian psyche has created much separation from our divine essence, and Islam also does that. You see, when we go into it, Rastafari is the most practical manifestation that evolved out of all of that. And what it is that why they live in the hinge of the promise, why they live in the promise that express, in my Father's house there are many mansions. If it wasn't so, I would have told you. I have gone to prepare a place for you, that where I am, you shall be there also. And if I go to prepare a place for you, I shall return and gather you unto myself, that where I am, you shall be there also. Now, this is what Christianity is hinged on that promise, that second coming. There's no confirmation anywhere in Christianity or Christendom of such a fulfillment of a promise. Hence, Christianity is based upon faith, as Judaism was based upon faith. But now Judaism is not based upon faith. It is just writs and rights in its full manifestation, because one can practice Judaism and not necessarily be in touch with the manifestation of the prophecies of Judaism, such as the fulfillment of the Christ. Now, Christianity has become the same thing, where they live in the fanaticism of the Bible, and all its revelation goes unseen in their own lives. So, for example, the second coming has already happened, and they haven't seen it. So they have become just like Jews who deny the manifestation of the Christ, and they can't say they don't know, because it is expressed. But if you're not a witness in this revelation time, you can't then count yourself in the house of Israel. According to the fullness of this manifestation, the gathering of Israel happens through the crowning of the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, the conquered Lion of the tribe of Judah. Outside of that witnessing, no one can claim to be in the house of Israel.
You know, Abba, you said something earlier that I find quite enlightening, you know, and I saw something very enlightening in it, and it is the fact that Jesus, or Yahweh, Yahshua, or whoever that person, need to join forces with our universe, hold hands, and ride upon the stars.
Yes. The only way that can happen really is, like, the most anyone can really take from you is their illusions at this point. And the conditionings that has brought us away from this essence really are just illusions. For us to really affirm ourselves in the divinity of our being is going to require that we lose our minds. And we're so attached to this conditioning and this mind that has created a personality and an identity that we can't lose our minds, because if we lose our minds, society sees us as insane, when truly, indeed, if we don't lose our minds, we cannot become sane. Because to really come back to yourself, to return unto yourself, that's what real religion is about. That's what the idea of religion is to return to the source, you see. So the original intention of all religions is noble. But the weaknesses in humanity has created the falling away. But the essence of all religions, like for example Islam has Sufism, that's representing the essence. Christianity has a manifestation in Ethiopia known as Batawes, who look just like the Rastafarians, but their devotion is unto Yahushua, and they're not in any affiliation with any particular church, but they're monks who live a strict law of vegetarianism, bare feet, dreadlock, living in the 40 days and 40 nights mystic journey revelation, where for a period you don't see them and they speak not, and then when they open their mouth it's only for prophecy. In Judaism, you've always had mystics manifesting themselves. The Kabbalah was written by these mystics. This tradition, Kabbalah tradition, was written by these mystics, the Essenes. You see? So I'm saying the intention in its origin was pure. But the corruption came when man realized that he could actually control human behavior other than his own. And when he realized that the power of the feminine created a mystery that he couldn't really comprehend, and what he don't understand, he pushes down further and suppresses. And now the realization must be everything that we have denied, we must now recognize. And in the recognition of that, no image of Jesus Christ represents the essence of Yahushua, because every image that I've ever seen has been blonde hair, blue eye. Now the idea of the black Christ shouldn't really exist within black consciousness or African consciousness, because that is almost like an oxymoron. The black Christ, the person that actually lived was an Ethiopian, you see, and he had dreadlocks, just like you see Rastafarians with dreadlocks. Have you ever seen a Jesus Christ portrait with dreadlocks?
No.
Never. And I've seen